Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. For this match, I'm going to be playing as Eldari, which are currently top of my factions, and we're going to be using Illic Nightspear, whose special rule was improved this season. It used to trigger on a 75%, I believe, but now when you deal 65% or more of the base health of the target with ranged attacks during a single turn, it will destroy the card with the special rule. Now this is not the greatest special rule because it's quite difficult to reach that threshold, or at least it was in the past. You either dealt too little damage or too much damage. But now that it's at 65%, it's definitely easier to achieve. So I'm running a pretty standard range build with, in terms of bodyguards. It's quite similar to what I use with the Zephyr Blade, but we'll see if we can get the special rule to trigger a few times during this match. Okay, we're up against Inquisitor Greyfax, and I will say that Illic is perhaps the best counter to Greyfax. This is the one matchup that you really want to see as Illic Nightspear, because Greyfax can, in this case, is getting a 30% boost to all stats, including health, so her bodyguards will have a lot more health than normal. However, Illic's Nightspear is based off of their base health, their starting health. So we should have a pretty easy time, and I think see this special rule trigger many times throughout the match, and take out bodyguards that still have a lot of health remaining. And even if they get healed by Medicae, that also will not make any difference. So yeah, this should be pretty fun. We do have the first turn, so we'll be able to start with a very strong ranged attack here. And here comes the Bringer of True Death, just zapping these guys away. See how much damage this Corsair does with the barrage. Okay, so yeah, the healer there even survives with just a little health, but it also gets zapped by the special rule. So this is kind of the ideal scenario. Normally it is a lot more difficult to actually deal like the perfect amount of damage, because if you deal too little damage, then obviously it's not going to trigger, and then it's going to be almost impossible to see it trigger on subsequent turns. But on the other hand, if you deal too much damage at once, like if you are stacking ranged buffs, well, obviously the special rule isn't necessary if you're already dealing enough damage to destroy the card. Alright, so let's see, we'll go with the Warwalker. Hopefully we have enough. We kind of have to eyeball it here. Like, I don't actually know what the base wounds are. I guess you could reverse calculate it, like after the 39% buff, but no one has time for that, so I'm just going to hope that we have enough damage here to deal 65% of their starting health. And yep, it is enough. So down go those guys. And yeah, this is just going really great. So their final 3 bodyguards are going to deploy. Now these should be a little bit stronger. Okay, never mind. That is a very weak bodyguard there. 3 points. But okay, there we go. This guy. Yeah, he's got 260 health. That is after the buff from Greyfax. And they've got the... Okay, this one is kind of scary. The Calexis Assassin, which has fear. Now, anything with like fear or shields is going to make it a lot more difficult for you to, deal enough damage to kill the thing in a single turn. So I don't know if it's even worth going for the Calexis Assassin. I mean, we do have target acquired though, so that might actually be worth doing. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, this is what target acquired is for, right? So we'll drop a bead on the Calexis Assassin. We can drop Malgan here, I think. And he has Precision Shot. The Precision Shot will be redirected towards the Calexis Assassin because we deployed it after the target acquired. So he's already taken 83 damage there. And I think the Warwalker should be able to knock him out. And then hopefully we can take out the Inquisitor in the center with the combined attacks from Malgan and the Ranger. So yeah, he gets zapped. And then let's see if this is enough damage. Yes, it is. Like you can see there, he still had over 100 health remaining, thanks to Greyfax, the extra health from that, but it still wasn't enough to save him from this special rule. Now, the Crimson Hunter, normally you do not want to deploy that on the enemy turn. Well, anything with Precision Shot, actually, you usually do not want to deploy it on the enemy turn unless you know that you'll be able to destroy the card before it can attack. So in this case, I do know that I could snipe this thing, but it's not really a big threat. What I don't want to do is like deploy this across some Greyfax, because then it'll just completely waste the damage there, because again, to trigger this, you have to deal all the damage in a single turn. You can't space it out over multiple turns. So I'm just gonna, play it safe. I'm gonna drop the Fire Dragon here in the center lane, and we'll see what they go for. They might go Psychic. I'm hoping they go with the melee attack. Fire Dragon actually has Big Game Hunter, so it'll deal extra damage to Greyfax. But yeah, I mean, I could have easily killed Greyfax with pretty much anything. The Crimson Hunter. Illic, of course, has Dead Shot, so you can get all of your bodyguards to target the Warlord on the field. So, yeah, we'll see if we have enough damage. Actually, maybe I might have miscalculated here. So it'll trigger there. Here's the Big Game Hunter. Oh, okay, I think that was actually enough. Wow. So yeah, we saw it trigger pretty much every time, and that shows you just how good Illic is against Greyfax, who is one of the strongest warlords. But yeah, he would just chew through all that health with no problem whatsoever. Illic's special rule also, on paper, is good against, like, Uri and Rakarth, but a little earlier I actually just lost a game to Rakarth because the cards were simply too high of a level, and I wasn't able to deal enough damage to trigger the special rule on the first attack. So yeah, that was problematic. Also, Captain Acheron, Nightspear, similar to Skulltaker, can actually override the Iron Halo and kill his bodyguards in one turn if you deal excess damage, like more than enough damage to kill the target. But the other thing is Acheron himself, the Warlord, has shields, which are a major counter to Illic Nightspear. So yeah, he's not actually the best, I think, to deal with Acheron. When it triggers, it can be extremely powerful. When it doesn't trigger at all, then it's pretty terrible. But he's certainly stronger than he was before. So if you have him at a decent level, like at the beginning he starts off dealing like no damage at all, so that's why I wasn't using him. But now I've gotten him to a decent level where he does some pretty good damage, and then you can see all of his upgrades are ranged buffs, so he gets quite a bit stronger as he levels up. So let me know which Warlord you prefer when it comes to Eldari ranged builds. Do you like Illic or Zephyr Blade? Let me know in the comments, but that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.